You guys.
As usual, shades of blue.
Plastic surgeons, and they're some truly game-changing products that are life-changing results, and that's incredible. And they have put together the best today's special. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. It has been a year. It is their year anniversary since we launched it here on HSN. And tonight you're seeing a collection of some of the very best products they do. 3 brand new products that have never been on the air before, all put together into one truly incredible combination. Just to give you an idea of how great this value really is, if I were just to say, hey, you know what, if you want one of the best makeup brushes in the world, you come to IT Cosmetics. This brush is $48 by itself, and there's a reason why, because it gives you a perfect flawless finish. Look at the rest of this value, and we're talking about iconic products in their line, all put together for one day, one time, while they're available. Look right there, there's CC Cream. It has been voted the #1 CC Cream in the United States. That's remarkable. That's $39 by itself. Brand new, we are including in this kit by Pores a blush that is absolutely amazing. That's $24. Then we're looking at a brand new beautiful lip stain that's so soft, so moisturizing in a brand new color. That's $24. On the flip side, go all the way over to the right, another $29. This is another brand new item in this kit. It's called the Lightning Wand, and wait till you find out what that baby does. It's a 3-in-1. The CC Cream is a 7-in-1, and it's all put together for one incredible price. This should blow you away. If the brush is normally $48, how about $59.96 for the entire collection? Now, we also have auto ship, and this is the only difference. Same price, but you will get the brush in the first shipment. After that, you're gonna be able to secure the same exact kit, sans the brush, for as long as you want. Every 90 days, you can control it, but this is the moment that you absolutely want to stock up. Even if you were just buying, say, the new blush and the CC Cream or the wand that I think you'll love, it is worth getting multiples of this kit and being on the auto ship, because once you start using their products, it is very hard to go back to the old stuff you've been using for a long time. Now, we've got a great presentation. We're gonna look at shades really quickly. Those of you who are familiar with it, you'll know your shade, but I wanna introduce the shades to all of you. We will get into this more in depth. We started fair, and we're gonna go all the way through to a deep color. And again, we'll give you—
It's a small capsule, and it's an ultra-fine powder.
It's wonderfully plain, right?
It's bland. It's very vanilla looking. But it's an ultra-fine powder that dissolves instantly, so it won't upset your stomach. Right. So it really is the perfect place to start, because what defines a healthy diet really are the vitamins, the minerals, and the carotenoids, the phytonutrients, the protective compounds that diet contains. What defines it's a nutritious diet? It's the nutrients. So it's the vitamins, the minerals, the carotenoids. So that's where you start. Unfortunately, what defines a healthy diet isn't what defines the typical American diet. We really are sadly lacking in things like the vitamins, the minerals, the carotenoids that are definitive of that healthy diet. So our Essential One is the perfect place to start.
I want to tell you we've got extra special savings. Again, this is the final day of the year, so if there was anything you were meaning to buy, today is the day to do it. You can choose 30 all the way through 360. I take Essential One every day, so it makes the most sense, for me anyway, to do the 360, and the savings are amazing. I mean, you're looking at down from $149 to just over $100. I know it's hard to grasp, because for many of us, we've been so committed, we've been so loyal to many brands over so many years. The reality is, if you put those brands, and we're talking the Centrums, the One-A-Days, the big names and the big brands, up against Andrew's Essential One, there's really no comparison. Andrew always says it, but it's not really fair to compare, because there is simply no comparison. This wins hands down. So if you're somebody where, you know, answering Andrew's question, where do I start, where do I begin? This is step one of the instruction manual for Andrew Lessman. You start here. If you only want to take perhaps one thing a day, this is what you would do. Because if you're going to take just one vitamin a day, Andrew, you want to make sure it's fully loaded.
And the typical single multivitamin, it's giving you minimal amounts of all the key nutrients. We target those key nutrients, and the typical single multivitamins don't give you lutein, they don't give you lycopene, they don't give you zeaxanthin. We give you more lutein, lycopene, and zeaxanthin than is found in the typical American diet. Right. So we more than double what you'd be getting normally from your diet. And when you look at just, I mean, we have a couple of charts here, it just kind of sums it up. It's convenient, just one capsule daily. It's a small capsule, so it's economical, about 30 cents per day. Small, easy to swallow capsule. But remember, at 30 cents a day, you're getting separate levels. You're getting like a separate vitamin D, you're getting a separate B12. So you're getting these as separate nutrients. We make those formulas separately. Well, we'll talk about that later. Each capsule contains an ultrafine powder that dissolves rapidly, comfortably, no hard to swallow and hard to digest rock hard tablets. It will never upset your stomach. Non-acidic and pH neutral, gentle to even the most sensitive stomachs, higher potencies of all key nutrients than all the leading one-pill brands. Not most of them, all of them. One leading brand, that's the only leading brand with zeaxanthin. No other brand contains it. No artificial colors or preservatives, no binders, fillers, or sugars, no chemical additives of any kind. And if you look at the key nutrients, we have higher levels of the following key nutrients than the leading brands. Basically all the key nutrients. Vitamin D3, vitamin C, B1, B2, B5, B6, B12, selenium, and also the proper form of B12. The typical vitamin doesn't give you a form that's really going to be beneficial at all. Higher levels of vitamin C, lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin, vitamin E, the correct form of vitamin E as well, biotin, the beauty vitamin, and chromium. So there really is no comparison. The only thing that they have me beat on completely, all the leading brands, are the long list of additives they use. Right. The artificial colors that they coat them with sugar. Some of them coat them with carnauba wax, which is like car wax. So we have no additives. All you're getting are the things you want. We don't add any of the things you don't want. We only put the vitamins and minerals, the carotenoids you want. So it really is the perfect vitamin that if you were doing it at home, if you had a capsule machine at home and a blender at home where you could put it all together, you would end up with this product, and you'd end up with a small, easy to swallow capsule that would never upset your stomach, and you'd have the perfect multivitamin.
Andrew, I love what you just said, and maybe that really sums it up. If you at home said, okay, right, today, it's a new beginning, I'm gonna make myself the very best multivitamin, you'd make this. I can't think of a better way to phrase it. If your vitamin, can we just get one last shot? I apologize. If your vitamin looks like this, or this, or this, or this, or this, you realize that already this vitamin is not as good as Andrew's, because this is a rock hard tablet. We talked a lot about that yesterday with some of our today's specials. You are looking at, in so many regards, an inferior product. If you are somebody that wants to try this, please give it a go. Andrew's products, although we boast about it, right here in this facility, there is no additives or fillers or binders being added anywhere here.
No, we don't bring them into our facility. We can't use them because we don't bring them in. And the funny thing is, if we brought them in, it's sort of a temptation because they make manufacturing so easy.
Yes.
When you start using lubricants and flowing agents and things, wow, things work wonderfully. We moved from Santa Monica 20 years ago to Henderson, Nevada over 20 years ago because the low humidity, the dryness here makes powders behave well. Right. You add lubricants, those powders behave like Teflon. They flow perfectly. But we don't want to do that. So we are willing to engage the hard work, the difficult work to make a perfectly pure product for you. And that's from the very beginning. I struggled with products that contained additives. I struggled with tablets. So I was forced 40 years ago, if I wanted products that didn't upset my stomach, that weren't causing me problems, I had to make my own pure products, an ultrafine powder in a capsule that didn't upset my stomach, that didn't cause any other allergens or other issues for me. And that's why the company exists, because I initially made products to satisfy my more specific needs, and now the products haven't changed at all. They're all still 100% pure, made without additives, and it's all made here. So the facilities that we'll be walking around here over the next hour, this is where all of your vitamins are made, all of the products that you get home. I think, I didn't see what was on the bottling line there yesterday. It was Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails on one bottling line. Ultimate Eye was on another bottling line. But those are the bottling lines that every product of mine that you get home, they travel down those bottling lines. And And in virtually all cases, they traveled down that bottling line only a matter of weeks before you received it at your house.
Right.
Not months, not years, but sometimes days and weeks, because in fact, we're fulfilling the Today Special from yesterday now. We're manufacturing some of that product today.
Amazing.
We'll be shipping it to HSN within the next 2 days. It'll probably be shipped to you in the next week after that. So that's fresh vitamins, and then I don't know of any other company that does it the way we do it.
This is, if you are really looking, a true world-class, one-of-a-kind facility. Thank you for your orders. I love starting with Essential One because I relish the opportunity to dig my teeth into this. It's something we can all relate to and understand. The finest multivitamin in the world.
And there truly is. I wish, and I say this not, I wouldn't mind having worthy competition.
Right.
But there really isn't any competition for this product in terms of just looking at the form of the B12, looking at the levels of vitamin D, looking at its purity, looking at the size of the capsule, looking at the pH of the product, that it won't upset your stomach. That no one contemplates all of these different issues to make sure that you get a perfect multivitamin home. And this is really where it starts. This is the foundation. The foundation of a healthy diet is a diet rich in nutrients.
Right.
The foundation of healthy dietary supplements is a nutrient-rich, vitamin, mineral, carotenoid-rich, multivitamin, multimineral, and that's what this is.
Thank you for all of your calls. We're going to head over, I believe, this way.
Sure.
Just a reminder, this is the final show of 2019. If there was anything you were meaning to shop for, a particular vitamin supplement, make sure you add it to your cart this evening. And also set a reminder on your phone, because at 9:40 Eastern Time, our two final products are huge opportunities, two of my absolute favorites that very rarely get airtime.
And we've done some very special things tonight.
Yes.
A couple of products here that we haven't spoken about for a long time. I just wanted to let everyone know that there's a number of products. We make separates as well.
Right.
So a lot of folks, some folks just want to get, say, I think what we're looking at here is vitamin B12,
Yep.
250 micrograms, and probably right over here is that vitamin C. Yes. So we don't talk about this often on air, and folks don't think we do this, but we have the most sophisticated separate B12 product you'll ever find. Our B12 is the natural coenzyme form of B12. Typical B12 is not a natural form, it's a synthetic form. I'd say even probably 99% of the B12 in supplements on the market in the world is cyanocobalamin. Ours is the natural coenzyme form in your body, methylcobalamin. Cyanocobalamin, the form other guys use, that's cyanocobalamin. You hear it in the name, cyano. When your body cleaves that and prepares that for utilization, it actually liberates trace amounts of cyanide.
Oh boy.
I mean, cyanide is found in trace amounts in our food supply, but it shouldn't be necessarily added and by virtue of our taking a supplement. So our B12 at 250 micrograms, you are going to see a significant change in your B12 levels. Show it to your doctor. Most often we're told that the only way we get B12 is by injection. The clinical science, the research has shown that if B12 is delivered appropriately, protected from stomach acid, because it's a large, very complex molecule. To give you an idea, if the average vitamin molecule has a molecular weight of, say, around 100 to 200, the molecular weight of B12 is over 1,000.
Oh, wow.
So it's enormous. And that enormous size of B12 makes it very prone to attack by stomach acid. So that's why it generally doesn't survive well in a bottle. It doesn't survive well in your stomach. But our B12, we specifically protect it. We protect it in a mineral matrix, so a natural mineral matrix. That protects it from stomach acid, so it actually can deliver the benefits of B12 without requiring an injection. And the best thing about our B12, beyond how technically sophisticated it is how ridiculously affordable it is. I mean, it literally is pennies a dose. As you see here, it's about a dime a capsule. And mind you, not for 50 micrograms or 100 micrograms, but for 250 micrograms.
Right.
So it's extremely high potency. I think even at one capsule a day, even maybe just one capsule every other day,
Yeah.
you will find a significant difference. Your doctor will be very happy with the change in your B12 levels.
For me, it's an appreciation to understand the difference is? Because for many of us, you say vitamin B12, you don't understand there are several different forms.
Well, virtually every nutrient comes in countless forms, a myriad of forms. This is the natural form that your body wants and utilizes. It's just more expensive, and that's why other companies don't utilize it. But B12, many folks, we'll talk about CoQ10 in a moment, many folks refer to B12 as sort of the poor man's CoQ10. But it's sort of, and the reason why we actually put a bit of B12 in our CoQ10 is because when you're talking about energy level and you're talking about CoQ10, obviously when you're talking about energy, you can't talk about energy without contemplating the B complex and B12. Also, of course, our B12 comes with a full B complex along with it. Okay. So it's really focusing on B12, but it makes sure that you have all the players that relate to B12 and B12's role in your body available. So as they say, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Right. We make sure there are no weak links. So our B12 there's nothing like it anywhere in the world. It truly is a remarkable product, and what makes it so special, again, small, easy to swallow, will never upset your stomach, and it's pennies a dose.
Well, that's vitamin B12, again available with special savings, flex pay, free shipping. We're going to spend a moment on vitamin C. 'Tis the season, Andrew, where everybody kind of wants some vitamin C products.
Well, we're working on a vitamin C drink that will be coming out soon, kind of like an emergency drink, but unlike their emergency drink, ours will actually taste great and have 0 calories, 0 carbon, 0 sugar. That's coming. But in the meantime, we make a non-acidic vitamin C. So if you need to or want to take high potencies of vitamin C, you don't have to worry about the acidity, the stability, the irritation to your stomach. Our vitamin C is going to be the most user-friendly experience you've ever had when it comes to vitamin C. Small, easy-to-swallow capsule containing 500 milligrams of vitamin C and also citrus bioflavonoids as well.
So vitamin C, if you'd like to order, you can see there's 60 down through 720.
Again, about a dime a capsule. So many of our products this weekend are between a nickel and a dime a capsule. Truly, truly fantastic values for, again, it's not like we're cutting corners. Right. So this is the most sophisticated form of vitamin C. It's a natural mineral ascorbate, calcium ascorbate, pH neutral, pH of 7, delivers a little bit of calcium along with, as a bonus with your vitamin C. So just as I was talking about our B12, no corners cut. Don't let the affordability mislead you. It's still an exceptional vitamin C product.
There feels like there's so many gimmicky vitamin C products out there, though it's easy to get confused.
And what'll be exciting is when we do have our vitamin C drink, and I'm hopefully we're going to have that in sort of the spring of next year. Okay. Hopefully, so it'll be probably 4 months from now, 5 months from now. But that'll be a great opportunity. The other thing is with vitamin C, kind of like calcium. A lot of people take several thousand milligrams, or at least a day, or take it all at one time. You don't want to take more than 500 milligrams of vitamin C at one time. It can cause stomach upset, all sorts of issues like that, but ultimately, the real name of the game with vitamin C isn't taking it, it's benefiting from it. Right. And the more you take at one time, if you take 1,000 or 2,000 at one time, you're suppressing the absorption. So you might want to take 1,000 a day, if that's what your doctor might have said, but then you want to divide it into 2 doses and not take it at the same time. Or if you're taking 2,000 a day, divide it into 4 doses. You want to make sure, that's why our capsule is 500, not 1,000, because you don't want to be taking more than the 500 at one time.
We're going to do one more from this trio over here, and am I saying this right? Tocotrienols?
This is one I want to spend a little bit more time on, and tocotrienols, and we might have a chart on tocotrienols that's we just have the we just have maybe. Yeah, we don't have it here. The one chart I wanted. That really breaks down. When we talk about vitamin E in the human body, we're talking about 2 specific forms. We're talking about tocopherols and we're talking about tocotrienols. Okay. Tocopherols are in 4 different isomers: alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. Tocotrienols are also available in alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. Tocotrienols are multiple times more potent than tocopherols. In fact, when it comes to tocopherols, the typical tocopherol is alpha tocopherol, but there's also gamma tocopherol that's also protective. So this is a vitamin E product that is giving you all 4 of the tocopherols, and all 4, even more importantly, targeting the tocotrienols. So we've called the product our complete tocotrienols, but it also comes with complete tocopherols as well. So if you're someone who your doctor's recommended that you take additional vitamin E, this is the most sophisticated sophisticated and specialized vitamin E. We lowered the price for this airing.
We don't have the chart. We're going to find the chart.
So it's a special price for this airing. This is normally an extremely expensive product, but we lowered the price for this airing. So again, vitamin E is more than just taking the synthetic alpha tocopherol that is in 99% of the multivitamins that you see on the market. It's D-alpha. The minute you see DL-alpha tocopherol, that means it contains two different stereoisomers, the dextro and the levo form. And that's just the artifact of how it moves light. Stereoisomers, if it moves it to the right, it's the dextro form, L is to the left, levo. So as I explained yesterday when I talked about stereoisomers, our biochemical molecular world in our body is 3 dimensions, just as we're in 3 dimensions. If I took a glove from my right hand, even though my right hand is identical to my left hand, if I tried to put that glove onto my left hand, it's not going on. No matter how hard I try, it's not going on. The same thing happens in the molecular world of our body. There are right-handed and left-handed molecules. And depending upon the process, the biochemical environment we're speaking about, you need to specifically target the right molecule. So DL-alpha tocopherol, that's synthetic vitamin E, and part of that product, part of that molecule is absolutely inactive. So you want to make sure you're getting natural form of vitamin E, and you want to make sure you're getting both the tocotrienols and both the tocopherols, and that's exactly what we do here. There's a handful of other products on the market that do this as well, and that's the only way to appropriately deliver the benefits, the full benefits of vitamin E, and when you do so, the benefits are powerful.
And we invite you, even though we're kind of showcasing a lot of wonderful things tonight, if you go online at hsn.com, you can read the reviews of all of Andrew's products. Andrew's line, his brand here on HSN is #1 most beloved, most reviewed, most well received, lowest return rate. I mean, the line of accomplishments over the years is really remarkable, and that's because of you giving us the feedback so you know exactly what's good and what's not great. And Andrew loves to hear all the feedback, whether it's good or bad.
No, I mean, that's what I'm most proud of. Now, I'm not necessarily proud of the fact that we might be the largest business at HSN. What I'm proud of the fact is that we are the most reordered products, we are the best reviewed products, we are the most reviewed products, and that goes to the quality of our products. So, and always the reviews, what's wonderful about the reviews, I certainly can talk and speak about my products and try to explain what makes them unique. But your reviews, your experiences, and those experiences are so diverse, that's really what breathes life into every one of my products. And every single one of my products is a customer pick.
Yes.
Over the years, we've had a couple that weren't. But why would I continue making a product that wasn't well reviewed? We would go back to the drawing board. My meal replacement.
Right.
My meal replacement is a customer pick with thousands and thousands of reviews. When I introduced it, it was averaging about 2.5 stars.
Right.
Technically, it was a wonderful meal replacement. It just tasted horrible.
Right.
So we had to go back to the drawing board. So we don't always make perfect products, but in the end, because we listen to you, we ultimately arrive at a perfect product.
And anything that you see here is done to be, I mean, truly the mission to be the greatest, the best, and also the most environmentally friendly with the most, I suppose, just the right attitude, Andrew.
No,
you do things well.
If you look at our facility, more than a decade ago, we took out all conventional light bulbs and we put in all LEDs in our facility because they don't generate heat, the LEDs, and because they use far less power. Right. We've been operating entirely on solar power before it became fashionable. We've been doing that for over 20 years. So for about 20 years, we've had no carbon footprint. So this is, there we go. So this is the chart I was looking for. Well, I'll put it to my right here.
The mystery chart, we found it.
So that's the chart that shows the contents of the product. A typical product, you're getting synthetic alpha tocopherol in a typical product.
Okay.
A typical vitamin E, you're only going to get 20 or 30 milligrams in a typical synthetic vitamin E in a multivitamin. But what you're looking at here is you're looking at 210 or 420 total milligrams. That's far more vitamin E activity. And you're looking at mostly gamma tocotrienol and gamma tocopherol. So it's a product that delivers far more. I mean, most people don't even realize that vitamin E is more than just synthetic alpha tocopherol.
Right.
When you're looking at this product, you're getting gamma tocotrienol, alpha tocotrienol, delta and beta tocotrienol. So it really is entirely unique. So if your doctor has recommended that you take vitamin E for whatever reason, and a lot of women, that's a specific recommendation, men as well, then this is the only way made to really target vitamin E. It sort of is vitamin E, for lack of a better expression, on steroids. It's vitamin E, and there are only a few different sources of vitamin E that delivers a rich source of tocotrienols. And tocotrienols are multiple times more protective than tocopherols. They just happen to be multiple times more expensive. So you'll never see them because of the space they take and their cost. You won't typically see them in a multivitamin, and you rarely even get to see them in a sophisticated vitamin E product, except one like mine.
Vitamin B12, the tocotrienols, and of course the vitamin C. We encourage you to grab yours while you can.
So that's just because we never really talk about the separates, and I'm often asked if we make separates, and we do. And in the future, we really haven't filled out our product line. Most companies that have been around for 40 years have a couple of thousand products. Yep. We basically have several dozen, that's it, key products, and that's all. So we're going to try to fill out so you don't have to get some of those separate products from other companies. I've heard you complain about that, and I respond. It takes me a little while, but I respond. And it bothers me until I do. So we're going to go here, or are we...
We're doing cookbooks.
Is Muriel ready yet? Is Muriel coming?
Oh, fabulous. Cookbook Corner. And if you are just joining us, this is the final show with Andrew for the entire year. Please put a mark down, maybe an alarm on your phone at 9:40 Eastern Time. Our 2 finale items are well worth your time, I promise you. The lovely Muriel is joining us, eating well, cooking well with Muriel.
Hello.
Good to see you.
And the reason,
How are you, Adam?
The reason why Muriel is here is because where do you start? And of course, we started off, we talked about our Essential 1 multivitamin.
Yes.
We talked about nutrients, defining what a healthy diet is. Nutrients define what a healthy multivitamin is. We talked about separate vitamin C and separate vitamin E and separate B12. And it's really important to talk about diet. Even the most conservative physician will tell you that most of our heart disease risk, most of our cancer risk comes from our diet and lifestyle. So to the extent we can adopt some of the really delicious habits that Muriel makes easy in her various cookbooks, then we really have the keys to the kingdom when it comes to our good health.
Yeah, and actually, that's one of those most wonderful things is the Happy Healthy Holiday Cookbook, you guys. And I mean, I'm telling you, those recipes are incredible. I know you have your family's favorite, but the other day, just for a little Friendsgiving party we had, I made this like amazing cornbread sausage stuffing.
Oh.
I think you call that stuffing?
Yes.
It was incredible. Everybody absolutely loved it. People were fighting for it.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Was it good, Andrew?
Oh, unbelievable. Too good. And the funny thing is with the different recipes, we have her holiday cookbook here, the everyday eating, the soups and veggies. The everyday eating and soup and veggies, even the holidays, a good way to establish healthy habits in the beginning of the year, not just the holidays. But every time she makes something, I always, and I feel guilty doing this, I'll ask her over and over, so what's in this asparagus soup?
No.
So what's in that? Because,
that's not what he says.
Because it always tastes so good that...
He says right away, he will be like, what's that? And I'll be like, well, isn't that obvious? No.
No.
He will make me enunciate each ingredient, and I will, because I know my recipes are so healthy. You will enjoy each one of them.
But they taste so good, and I'm conditioned, like all of us, that if something tastes that good, there's got to be something bad in it. Right. But that's Muriel is so good at whether it's with her tomato velvet soup or with her the red and orange pepper soup. Yeah. And the soups are unbelievable. The asparagus soup, she probably made me 2 gallons of asparagus soup at the house yesterday.
I do.
And I drink it like water throughout the day. It's really easy to eat healthy if you have the tools. And Muriel, she's French, she's cordon bleu trained, but what she's great at doing is taking those really yummy recipes and turning them into really yummy but healthy recipes.
Yeah.
And the books are so affordable. I mean, what do we have up there? We have the soup and veggie and the combo, the bundle. I mean, they're almost free, the books, at those prices. In the past, that was shipping and handling.
Shipping and handling is free, and by the way, we'll send it to you right now so you can start to make use of it. I like the fact as well that for some of these, maybe the recipes for the new year, because we always want that new year, new you, right, Muriel?
That's right, and I always say it's about healthy lifestyle.
Right.
You can use this cookbook, for example, the Happy Healthy Holiday. You can use it every day of the year. You love the recipe so much. you know, but you will be able to have your family, your children help you make the recipes because they're so simple, so easy. You have the whole list of the ingredient in the front page, so you know exactly what to buy. And you see all these people at the grocery store and they have the front page open and they're like, what do I need? I know exactly what I need. It's so easy. Some people actually buy an extra book to keep it in the car.
Right.
So they always know exactly what to get.
You take a picture of the, and the way Muriel does her books, you could take a picture of the opening page, because the opening page is a picture of all the ingredients and a list. And then every recipe comes with a full nutrition fact panel, so you know exactly what's in it. No other cookbook does that. Muriel's proud of the fact that they're rich in the nutrients you want, and they're low in carb, low in sugar. So it's, and this must be the carrot ginger soup.
Yes, that soup is beautiful and it's
like
very creamy.
It tastes like dessert. I mean, it's
creamy without cream.
And it's so easy. With these books, it becomes so easy to eat healthy, and that's one of the biggest excuses I hear from folks I know about why they're not losing weight or why they're not as healthy as they should be, because it's just not easy. It's not convenient. All of the recipes, I can make them. And they're recipes that Muriel makes them in minutes. Maybe I don't make them in 2 minutes, but it's designed to be easy and simple and delicious. And really, diet is the keys to the kingdom. We can't change our genetics, but we could change how our genetics reveal themselves by changing how we eat and how we live. And the easiest thing to change is how we eat, especially when it's enjoyable, it's delicious, it's convenient, and it's also affordable. We make sure that all of the choices, I'll ask Muriel, that's kind of an expensive ingredient, or that's kind of difficult for people to find. So we really go out of our way. Muriel is careful about choosing things that everyone could have access to.
Yeah, that's one of the most important thing I do when I go shopping. For example, if I decide, oh, I have to go to this place or this other place, I do not want to go. I want everybody to be able to find this ingredient next door to the grocery store next door as possible.
You just need to try that.
You're pulling so many faces eating this.
No, it's like you just need to try that soup.
But
no, that was a different spoon. Is that just ridiculous?
It's divine.
So good, right?
If you were at like a 5-star restaurant,
oh my God,
you'd think that's the best soup you've ever had.
That's very Moorish as well. I could eat the whole bowl.
Yeah, and I always try to find substitute or different spices or healthy herbs, so your food tastes amazing, delicious. It's so rich for your palate, and you really want to make it more, and your family and your kids want to have it more as well.
Well, it's a nice stocking stuffer as well to get somebody that you want, because that you love this holiday season. But you've got to focus on you. Some cookbooks are hard to follow. Some are too out there, and as Muriel said, you can never find the ingredients. These cookbooks are easy and fun and good for you. But the one thing that Andrew has always said, the one thing that Muriel has always said is, it might be good for you, but it tastes like it isn't. Which is really cracking the code on this, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. And you see a bundle of things over here, but those are really yummy things.
Even your kale salad. I usually don't like kale, but Muriel does this finely chopped kale salad. She puts you get the pomegranate, you put pomegranate in it. It's just
exactly like Andrew said. I found little tricks so your food looks more
sweet,
appetizing.
and it makes it yummy, and it's not bitter. But again, we're a few weeks away from the beginning of the year. Most of us start the year with the best of intentions in all sorts of different ways. These books are so affordable. They're a fraction of their original price. They're spiral bound, so they're expensive to make. They're going to last. They're going to endure. They're not going to break down. And they give you an opportunity. If you could even find just a few recipes that become favorites, that might be all it takes for you to transform your year and the way you eat. Especially the soup and veggie cookbook, the everyday eating cookbook. Those are the little things that we munch on all the time, and it's so easy that I learned how to make these recipes as well, so it's not something that requires you be a cordon bleu trained chef. It might have required that to figure them out, but now it's that everybody has access.
And a great thing about the soup cookbook recipe is the fact that you can reuse the vegetable you have in the fridge. You have not been able to cook them this week and things like that, right?
Right.
Well, you know what? Perfect opportunity to put the recipe in the soup.
You can do it.
Exactly. So you don't waste vegetable. I hate wasting soup.
I know you do. I know you do.
So that's really important. important. And you have recipes from soup from all over the world. I tried, like I said, to make them extremely simple. Andrew's favorite book is the soup one, because it's also a great way to either, if you want to lose weight, you prep your soup in advance, you have it for a week in your fridge in little containers, and because of the calorie and the, how do you call this, Andrew, the nutrition
facts. And plus, I exercise a lot, so I need to eat a lot.
Right.
And soups are just a really convenient kind of a portable way for me to get extra calories throughout the day and get them healthy. And sometimes it's not convenient to eat veggies, but whether it's a carrot ginger soup or whether it's an asparagus soup, it's just an opportunity to get really delicious, healthy vegetables. And just whether it's the everyday eating, there are just so many recipes there. Every time I look at the cookbook, it's like, oh, I forgot about that. And these are the ways that we eat at home, and we stay healthy, because the key to remaining healthy, I mean, I started my vitamin company 40 years ago. I work hard. I probably work too much. So the one thing I need to do correctly is I need to make sure I mind my diet and I mind my lifestyle, or my workload is going to take a toll. So eating is something that we pay very careful attention to. But the one thing I am is I'm a real foodie.
Right.
I love food that tastes delicious. And Muriel has really succeeded on all fronts with all of these books, whether it's the holiday cookbook, the everyday eating is amazing, the soup and veggie, and they're so affordable. If you just find one or two recipes out of more than 100 recipes here, I think the investment becomes pennies.
And please bear in mind, they are customer picks as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, the feedback has been wonderful. That must make you feel good.
Stars.
Yes.
4.7 stars on all the books, which is really amazing. Not many cookbooks have 4.7. Actually, none.
Right.
Well, right.
Universally adored. Now, Andrew's not finished, and I would like a to-go box, please.
That's so good.
Andrew's hungry.
No, and I just ate asparagus soup before I came here. But it's, you know, as I said, what we eat, and this is something that even the most conservative physicians won't argue about, that all the things, all the disease issues that plague us as a society, if we could find a way to change the way we eat and manage our lifestyle different, it is a dramatic reduction, whether we talk about heart disease risk or stroke risk or diabetes or high blood pressure or cancer risk. Changing the way we eat, changing our lifestyle is a dramatic risk reduction. So these cookbooks are really an opportunity to start the new year on the right foot. Just find a couple of recipes that work. They're just a few dollars each. It's not as though they're $20 a book.
Right.
Even though they're big spiral-bound books, they're just a few dollars each. So it's really a great opportunity.
Muriel, as always, you're a superstar, and we appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Happy holidays, Muriel.
Happy wonderful holidays to everyone.
We love Muriel, thank you. And don't forget, check out Muriel on Instagram and everything.
Yeah, eating well with Muriel, please.
It's catchy, you see. Thank you, Muriel. Look, I can't pull Andrew away from it.
I'm still eating the soup.
Please bring the bowl of soup with him. But I tell you, that's so good. I wish you were here. I wish you could taste it along with Andrew and I.
No, it's unbelievable.
And healthy, so good for you. But you see, I like soups also. I do. I love soups.
Soups they're convenient, they're easy to eat. And Muriel's soups, they're designed. She leaves out all the bad ingredients. She uses, instead of using cream or things, she'll use like oat bran or oat flour, kind of what she does with her meatballs.
Right.
She'll put oat bran in the meatballs, which, especially if you use my ultimate oat bran, it lowers your cholesterol. It makes them moister.
Yes.
It reduces the saturated fat levels, the cholesterol levels. It just makes for little tricks that make things healthier.
We're big fans of the cookbooks, and you will be as well. Thank you for your orders. We're busy. As horrible as it is to say, we're bringing this to a close for 2019. These are the final minutes, as it were, the final hour and a half with Andrew and Muriel for 2019. Let's get all of our good things in, all of the maybe vitamins or supplements you've been looking for or searching for or shopping for, but you didn't quite yet purchase. Now is your time to be able to do it. And just one last reminder, at 9:40 Eastern Time, we will say farewell to Andrew for 2019 with 2 mega offers on 2 of my favorite products of all time. Very rarely do they get airtime, but, well, you'll know when you see it. 9:40. Please don't miss out. Okay, we need to talk about CoQ10. There are many CoQ10 products in the world. Andrew's CoQ10 is arguably, certainly amongst us, confirmed to be the very finest that money can buy. Andrew's legacy with CoQ10 goes back many, many, many years. We talked a lot about our today's specials yesterday, where the boy that cried wolf. But as we go back all those years,
no, and CoQ10 is another example of a product like that. I first included CoQ10 in one of my products back in 1984. So we had a standalone CoQ10. We also had a multivitamin where we added CoQ10. That was 1984. So that's 35 years ago, going on 36 years ago. For the first probably 15 plus years, no one else adopted CoQ10. No one really understood CoQ10. Even though if you read any kind of a textbook on the biochemistry of human energy production, you would realize that every single cell in every single human being required CoQ10 to transport the electrons. That's the energy that we experience. It's kind of, I always find it strange to think of, think of all the unique human experiences we have and have had over the centuries. And all of the energy that fueled all of those experiences were simply a result of the movement of electrons, the movement of electrical potential in our cells. And CoQ10 is the key mover of those electrons, that electrical potential. It's just sort of strange when you distill it all down to biochemistry like that. But CoQ10 is something that we've always taken pride in the fact that our CoQ10 is uniquely well reviewed, is uniquely well received. It's a product that delivers the central molecule for all energy metabolism, but you can't do it in sort of a naive fashion and just make a product with great CoQ10 and call it a day. Because CoQ10 also requires the assistance of other ancillary nutrients to make sure that, as I said earlier, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
Yes.
So you could have more than adequate CoQ10, but if you're lacking certain B vitamins or other cofactors, then you're not going to be able to get all of the benefits from CoQ10. And CoQ10 is an expensive ingredient. We want to make sure that we maximize the potential of that investment. And that's how we make our CoQ10.
On the Mount Rushmore of Andrew Lessman products, CoQ10 is right there. It is something you have to have. And for many of us, especially at this time of year, we feel ourselves a little bit drained. We're lacking in energy, fatigue, and it's too easy to take those shortcuts. We talk about the caffeine and the sugars and the quick pick-me-ups that always come with the kind of crashing down. This is a product that I take religiously. I would not live a day without it. If you are somebody that loves a CoQ10 product already, we encourage you to try this one.
Especially this time of year. This time of year is one of more challenging times of year. I always say if you want to support your immune system with a supplement, you really need to make sure that, say, it's a great multivitamin or a great CoQ10 supplement. We certainly have our immune factors we'll talk about a little bit later that adds some botanicals, but our CoQ10, it's a small capsule. It's a pretty bright yellow color.
Yes.
There's no artificial colors or anything like that. That's just the natural color. It's sort of ironic. I'm going to make a little yeah. Here's our carrot ginger soup, and I just for grins there. It's kind of funny. There's our carrot ginger soup, which is just amazing, and there's our CoQ10. Both using, it's again, why do companies actually have to use artificial colors when there's an abundance of natural colors at our disposal? In fact, when we do our vitamin C drinks, we don't have to use any artificial colors at all, because the natural fruit components, concentrates, and extracts that we use, they create bright, vivid colors, so you don't need artificial colors. But again, our CoQ10, 100% pure, just gives you all the nutrients you want that makes for really the perfect CoQ10 experience. Most people are reaching for CoQ10 for cardiovascular support, for health, support of their heart health and cardiac function. The highest concentration of CoQ10 is found in the heart muscle. Or they're reaching for it for fatigue, energy support. Again, the most common sense approach to energy isn't a stimulant, which stimulates our central nervous system, but then goes away, and we're left without it. Or calories, which just gives us fuel. We have plenty of fuel abundant on our body. We don't need more fuel. CoQ10 is more common sense because it goes into all of the trillions of cells in our body, each of which has its own independent energy responsibility. Our body doesn't distribute energy. Each cell is required to produce its most energy. In our society, we distribute energy. There's a power plant, it distributes energy. Our body, every cell must make its own energy. And our own energetic experience is really the collective experience of those trillions of cells. So to me, the most common sense approach is to make sure you give all of those trillions of cells the tools they require, and as we get older, if we're under stress, certain medications we take like cholesterol lowering drugs, drugs for osteoporosis, drugs for depression, will lower our CoQ10 levels, and in doing so affects our ability to produce energy, affects our ability for our key organs to function at their very best. We basically don't want to go without CoQ10 as we get older.
It follows the science, it evolves over time, and tonight, like we always say when Andrew's here, you get the very, very best savings. These are the prices, a 30, 60, 120 or 240. You know, if you're going to order it and try it, you have through the end of January to make that final decision. At $129.90, a substantial saving on a product that you will come to adore because of the way it makes you feel. For me, the best way I can describe it is it just gives me more pick-me-up every single day. Many of us buy CoQ10 from lots of different sources, and you know, you might think that yours is great, and I'm sure it is, but it's not as good as this. And I know that sounds almost a little arrogant to say it, but when you look at the side-by-side, Andrew's is simply better. But you know, Andrew, we always talk about your marketing budget is, well, none, it's zero. You don't need one.
Exactly.
You put everything into the quality of the product.
My marketing budget is the product.
Right.
No, when you see the reviews of a product like this, that I would say if we look at all my products, there's about 100,000 reviews, and they average about 4.7 stars.
Remarkable.
So the investment we make is in the quality of the product, and again, this is a unique platform. What QVC provided almost 30 years ago, what HSN has provided for me the last 23 years, it's an opportunity to not really have to sit here and even specifically talk about my product. I have an opportunity to talk about CoQ10 in general, right. And in so doing, I probably sell 100 bottles of CoQ10 for every bottle of mine, because there's CoQ10 in Walmart and Target and everywhere. They don't make it like my CoQ10, but at least you're getting the information, the education that empowers you to make a healthy decision. Whether or not you choose to get my product, I hope you do, but you still are being empowered with information. And as I always say, the most important defining characteristic of someone who's healthy is that they've taken an interest and a curiosity in their health. Because if we're interested and we're curious and we educate ourselves, that is step one to being the healthiest individual we can be.
I remember when I first met Andrew, one of the very first conversations, he said exactly what he just said to you. It's not about selling you a product, it's about giving you the important information so you can make a good decision.
No, I've known for years that if you speak to the buyers at the big retailers, that we do a Today Special on omega-3s. They sell a lot of omega-3s, right. So it's good. So that's my goal. Really is providing the information and education. So whether you get my products, that's great. If you don't get my products, just make the most informed and intelligent decision you can with the information I provide.
They're letting me know we're heading over this way. Okay. Are we doing healthy hair next? Okay, perfect. My earpiece, I think, is going in and out. So I'm going to try and fix that.
Well, my earpiece is fine. So
you're going to lead the show, Andrew.
Exactly.
You're going to do both roles tonight. Yes. Okay, we are thrilled that we get to spend a little bit of time talking about healthy hair, skin, and nails.
And also, by the way, the other footage you're seeing of like some, you know, the production line and things like that, that's real time, right here, right now, where we are making vitamins. I think behind those are marine collagen on those little pallets there. I'm not sure if they're making healthy hair, skin, and nails on the production line there, but those are bottling lines behind us. Behind the wall behind them are encapsulation machines and blenders. You are actually in the middle, in the interior, in the bowels of our manufacturing facility. So this is where every product you get from my company is manufactured. This is our facility. We don't make any products for anyone else. We don't contract manufacture. We only make your vitamins here. That is it. And we make it in a fashion that no one else makes them. We make 100% pure, entirely with solar energy. No one else does that. Also, we donate multiple bottles of prenatal vitamins for every bottle of vitamins that you get. I think we're approaching 2 billion prenatal vitamins donated.
Indeed.
2 billion. So it's something that we're also very proud of. So we try to be responsible in a socially responsible, environmentally responsible, and needless to say, our products are more pure. The quality of our products are unparalleled.
I'd love to kind of go backwards a bit with this presentation and start with the pricing, because I think for every one of us that loves healthy hair, skin, and nails, you're going to want to look at this pricing. For Andrew's final visit of the year, you can get the 360 caps at $59.90 with free shipping, with FlexPay. It saves you $30. Unbelievable value on a product that makes you feel good inside and out with remarkable benefits, Andrew. It works.
Yeah, because we're trying to cover a lot of products in this hour, this will be a very brief airing. But again, beauty starts from the inside. We see it on the outside, which can be misleading, so we think we see it on the outside, that's where we have to do the work, on the outside. No, the only opportunity to accomplish anything in terms of changing the character of our hair, skin, and nails, it's on the inside of our body. It's where they're manufactured. Just like we're in this factory. The only chance to make the product for you and change its quality is right here when we make it. Once it's sealed up in that bottle and sent to you, it's too late. When you see your hair, skin, and nails on the outside of your body, it's too late. So this product, its comprehensive formula, this is the opportunity to make a difference on the inside, where your body is working very hard, constantly, 24/7, manufacturing these tissues.
Did we mention it's $59? Because that's a fabulous value for the finest formula in the world.
For a year's supply, for a 6-month or a year's supply, depending on how you take it, probably 50-50 whether folks take 1 or 2 capsules. You could always start with 2 capsules daily for the first 30 days and then go to 1 capsule thereafter.
Thank you for all of your orders. Andrew's last show of the year, and as we always do on these Monday shows, we squeeze a lot in, Andrew, because there's a lot of great products.
Well, it's what I try to do in the Monday show, and there all the questions. I had a little list of questions that were being asked. There were some really good questions being asked, like where do we start? And that's why we talked about starting with Essential 1. And then we got into some of the separates if you needed more separate nutrition. CoQ10 is really the next place folks will go. Our maximum essential omega-3, we won't talk about in this hour, but that's our fish oil. Omega-3 is like another vitamin. It's an essential nutrient that our body can't make. What we'll talk about here is our algal DHA, which that's DHA and EPA are the 2 omega-3s.
Right.
So we're doing a very special thing, a winter special, with algal DHA and our phytoceramides. So we're starting here with our phytoceramides. This is all about moisture. Moisture, usually we're talking about moisture in terms of our skin, but where I really like to talk about at this time of year, certainly we notice how dry our skin can be and irritated can be in the winter, but we also notice how on the inside of our body, because when we go to sleep at night, we breathe consistently and regularly, obviously. Our sinuses dry out, our nasal passages dry out, our respiratory passages dry out, our bronchial tubes dry out. So we want to keep our body moist on the inside as well. Of course, we have to adequately hydrate. I tend to drink a lot of tea or drink a lot of water, but we want to make sure that we give our body the tools to hold on to that moisture, because our body has a wonderful system to hold on to moisture. And that system isn't about our being beautiful and being wrinkle-free. That system is all about survival.
Right.
Because if we couldn't hold on to water, we didn't survive. So the system for holding on to water uses fatty molecules. Again, very simple, you can do this experiment at home. Fill a glass with water, fill another glass with water, and just put a couple of tablespoons of olive oil on top of it.
Right.
That olive oil on top of the water will tend to inhibit the evaporation of that water. That's what your body does. Your body uses things like phytoceramides. First and foremost, the most important role of phytoceramides is retaining moisture, whether it's moisture in your skin or moisture elsewhere. Omega-3 fats like DHA or algal DHA, which we did an incredibly special price only for this winter special on our algal DHA. So this is really intended to not just give you the moisture for your skin that we want this time of year, but really also to provide it for these other tissues that during these challenging, when it's cold out, we heat the air in the interior of our homes, it just becomes incredibly, incredibly drying to these very fragile and delicate tissues like our sinuses and our nose and our mouths and our eyes.
Well, you feel it, and it affects your experience every day, because everything is dry. Your nasal passage is dry, your throat's dry, your skin's dry. It's not nice. With this, you've got an amazing 1-2 punch, a dynamic duo designed as a winter special. So phytoceramides and the algal plant-based DHA, two great products that will help combat that.
And so it's sort of a 1-2 punch. So you could choose one or both. Actually, if you get both of the large size, I think there's another $20 savings. And just the pricing on the algal DHA, we've never done a Today Special on algal DHA. It's the best pricing ever on algal DHA. And it was sort of as I did the other day with vitamin K2, MK7. It's just sort of an opportunity for people to try it. So it's 250 milligrams of the most important of the omega-3s. That's your brain is essentially made of DHA. It's the principal fatty acid in your brain. And remember, 2/3 of your brain's dry weight is fat. So it's the principal fatty acid in your brain, the principal fatty acid in the macular region, the retina of your eye. So DHA is critically important. And you get a large bottle, a 360 capsule supply for $59, so about 15 cents a capsule. And also our phytoceramides. Our phytoceramides are Mother Nature's natural moisture retaining tool. So that's how our skin, that's the principal molecule in our skin that's responsible for holding onto the moisture that allows our skin to look plump and healthy and youthful. But it also does that in other tissues of our body. And that's what, for the winter, I hear so many complaints, and people are really looking for something that's more of like a medicinal or therapeutic product. But when we talk about these tissues, it's really just as simple as finding out how to hold on to the moisture we provide. We have to make sure that we're adequately hydrated in the first place and drink plenty of fluid, because we lose it. Outside, people don't realize, when you go outside on a cold day and you see the condensation, a lot of folks think the only time that moisture is leaving is when they're out on a cold day. That same amount of moisture, every time I breathe, is leaving here in this studio. Everyone.
You just don't see it.
You don't see it because the air isn't cold enough to make it condense. So every time we breathe, we are losing moisture. Every time we inhale when it's dry in our homes, every time we inhale, we are drying out all of the tissues in our nasal passages, our mouth, our throat. For me, whenever we do these shows this time of year, it's always, especially because the factory in studio is so dry here, it's doubly challenging for my throat. And what do? I make sure I drink a lot of warm tea, and I make sure I take extra phytoceramides and omega-3s. Because phytoceramides and omega-3s, they're great for moisturizing your eyes. They're great for moisturizing, keeping the moisture in the tissues where we're prone to losing it.
Don't forget, as Andrew mentioned, if you buy the two larger sizes, you're going to get $20 additionally off. So a great incentive to be able to do that. We're wrapping this one up as well, your algal, and of course the phytoceramides.
Yes, and pet vitamins. I'll start answering some questions here. Pet vitamins, we have finished the joint product. So the product is finished, one version of it at least, which it's a powder that I do as I add to Lincoln and Marcel's food. It's a powder I just sprinkle in their food. I know that folks also want some kind of like a dosage form, like some kind of a little chewy little treat they could give their dogs. So that's what we're working on, but I refuse, like anything, I refuse to make a chewy treat that has any other additives or chemicals or things we don't want. But the product is going to be great. It's glucosamine, chondroitin, it's MSM, it's free-range collagen, so it's an unbelievable joint product for your dogs. It's the best joint product in the world, and it will hopefully, the powder might even be ready in the next 60 to 90 days.
So we think in 2020 for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, great.
For sure. And then we're also going to be doing an eye product, and energy and cardiovascular, because they're both the same. So a lot of dogs, as they get older, have heart issues. You want to support the health of their heart, and that's CoQ10 and other ingredients.
It's coming. One thing for sure, it's going to be perfect when it arrives. Let's go this way, Mr. Lessman.
I'm patient. If it was, we're not, and in fact here we're talking about collagen peptides.
Are we going to do Ultimate Eye first? I think they want to do this one first.
Okay, because I think when we do collagen peptides, we're probably going to be walking around.
Doing the tour? Okay, that's exciting. Okay, so we'll spend a little time on our eyes, our vision, our sight, and our eyes take a beating from day one, Andrew, the moment we open them.
And it's very funny you should say that, because unfortunately he's now deceased and lived into his 90s, but he was one of the original developers of the technology of lens replacement surgery.
Wow.
And about a decade ago, I asked him So when's the key time when we really start developing cataracts and these changes in our eyes that we all think about, these age-related changes in our eyes? When do they really start happening? I expected him to tell me, based upon his experience, his whatever it was at the time, probably 60 years of being a physician, that it was going to be somewhere in the 40s or 50s or something like that. And it's just as Adam said. He said, the moment we open our eyes as an infant, it all starts. and that's because the moment we open our eyes, we allow light in. Light is a powerful, powerful force. I mean, that light, sunlight, is what powers this factory. We're entirely 100% solar powered. So radiation is a very powerful force, and over the course of our lifetime, as amazing as our eyes might be, their ability to repair, their ability to constantly replenish the tissues and the molecules they require, it's still over the course of our lifetime, they lose a bit of ground. And as they lose a bit of ground, those are the changes in our vision that we notice. And the basis for our ultimate eye formula is to provide the molecules that have been clinically proven and established that your body uses to protect your eyes, to protect its vision, to do its very best to retain that youthful, healthy vision that we start with.
Well, Ultimate Eye Support, just so you know, savings again, they're ending. We're in the midst of the final few hours with Andrew, so I'm conscious that you're able to take full advantage of those huge savings, 30, 60, 180 or 360. This is where the pricing's going to be when Andrew's finished his final shows. This is the special pricing that you have right now, and of course there is the savings. It might be the phone. Always on the phone, we're always looking at our phone. It might be the tablet, it might be the laptop, it might be just that the sharpness of vision doesn't seem as good as it once was. This is giving your eyes really the beneficial ingredients that it needs. And I remember asking Andrew what I thought was a very important question, and a question that I did not think he would answer in the way he did. I said, Andrew, is it ever too late to start taking this? And you said?
Oh, I said with most of my products, in fact, the older you are, the more dramatic the benefits seem to be. When we're younger, in fact, our systems do quite good on their own. We are pretty resilient when we're younger. As we get older, the benefits are even more dramatic. And of course, lutein and zeaxanthin are beneficial to us at any age. And unfortunately, the American diet is almost defined by its scarcity, by its lack of lutein and zeaxanthin.